Virginia's deer seasons have always put gun season during the rut, and after I'd killed my one big buck already, I really wanted to try to get my last buck with a bow. However, after a few days of trying, I still had a fire burning under me to get back in the mountain. Little did I know that all it was going to take was one day, and I was going to be out of buck tags. A buddy of mine had been hunting a piece of public and asked me if I wanted to tag along. Of course, I obliged and away we went. We stayed low and watched a field the first night. Had plenty of does and even a small buck come and push 'em. Then, right at last light, the rain, fog, and mist settled in, and out came a really nice buck. Even though it was still legal light, I couldn't tell how big the buck was, and I had to decide not to shoot. The next morning we went back and tried to get my buddy a shot at him. However, all we seen was a couple of does. On our way out, we talked to a few folks, and I knew that those bucks would stay away from the pressure. Once you get up in this mountain, it's straight up and down, and I knew it'd keep the pressure low. The next morning, away I went, and it didn't take me very long.
I'm going back up in here in this mountain today. Me and my buddies hunted this the past couple days. And I had that nice buck come out, but it was too dark. I'm gonna go get out and mosey my way up to this field in the daylight, just to make sure one's not standing right there, or they're not down low already, because my wind's gonna be blowing down. And then by the time I get up in the woods, there's a big creek that goes up this big holler right here, and I want to get up on that ridge beside of it and work my way up through there and get to where I can see across that big holler right there. If they're down in this field, I need to see them before I blow my wind to them and spook them and run them back across the road, or spook them off somewhere else. So let's see if we can get up here and bring out a swarper. spike walk up my pants leg. I mean, he wasn't 10 yards. But that sun's starting to poke out now. So I'm kind of standing here letting it hit me, warm me up. But I want it to hit them hollers before I go walking up there. The wind's changed now. But I want it to hit them hollers before I go walking up there. That way if anything's standing there, it'll be glowing in that sun. You'll be able to see them, but I'm gonna let the sun peek out, and we'll start up in that mountain. That way, whenever if a deer's standing there, you'll be able to really see him. I'll probably stand out more, but as long as that wind don't get up as hard as they say, it'd be alright.
So at this point, this is where my GoPro turns off, because it got too cold. I should have been replacing the battery, but I'll go over quickly what happens as I turn my camera on right after this. Essentially, the buck is standing about right here. I had just gotten up against this tree so I could get a little steadier. You could probably see how bad I was shaking. And I tried to get a little steadier and see if I could tell maybe how big he was. Essentially, I just can't get a clear shot, and I can see he's got a big frame. He circles down and then back to the right towards my only opening that I had, and the doe was standing right in it. He steps out, barely pops out, shoulder sticking right out in the wide open. I can see he's got real long tines, and I was like, it's now or never. I put the crosshairs on him, pulled the trigger. He just hits the dirt. I mean, just dirt nap instantly. Starts rolling down the hill. I don't like dropping deer. It makes me a little nervous because most of the time it's usually a high shoulder shot or maybe a forward shoulder shot, and that worries me if I got any vitals in there. So I'm like watching him, making sure he doesn't get back up. 4 or 5 more deer pile up over the hill. One of them's an 8-pointer. I tried to get the camera out and record him, and I didn't. But I turned on my big camera, and then as I'm walking up there to him, I realized my GoPro died. Maybe eventually I'll have a cameraman that can follow me or something, but as of right now, I'm just going to have to make sure I change the batteries. And as the doe days went on and we had really cool days, really cold days, I made sure I changed the battery regularly and maybe left the GoPro on so that it would stay warm and it wouldn't turn off. Lessons learned, and maybe at some point I'll have someone to follow me around with a camera, or I'll remember to change my GoPro batteries if it's under 25 degrees.
I dropped one when I shot. He was a big sucker too. Dropped 50 tracks when I shot. I don't know where he went. I don't see him laying here nowhere.
hill with him. He looked big. That's all I know. He looked pretty daggone big. Oh, I see him laying here. I don't see a rack yet. He's dead. He's a very nice buck. Holy crap. He's got some freaking mass. Oh no, the GoPro turned off. I hope it was on when I shot him. Oh no, the GoPro turned itself off. It's too cold. You gotta be kidding me. The GoPro turned itself off because it was too cold. Well, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm really sorry about that. But I just killed a freaking tank. Here. Holy crap. Holy crap. If anybody has some recommendations on action cameras other than a GoPro, let me know. Because I've had it with that one. It cuts off when it starts getting cold, it won't stay on. Look at that. Can you see that? Big ol' 10. He's got 10. What a season it has been. Oh my gosh. That's over now. I drilled him. I shot him right through the shoulder. It's a bittersweet moment. I'm all excited. But I'm done. Other than those, I'm done. Well, what a season it has been. Oh, he's got 11. He's got 11. He's got a kicker on this brow tine. Man, that sucks. My freaking GoPro turned off, but I can't know. I don't know if you can see how big he is or not. He's gonna roll straight. It turns up right here and goes straight up to the top. And I just had a feeling to walk up this ridge. And I did. He was standing there with a doe, and there was a bunch of deer there, but he was with that one doe. And it was too brushy, and I could see this one side. And I could see his main beams. And he come down and walked right out in the open. The camera cut off by the time I got up against the tree. And then he come walking down there and stopped right in the opening. And I was tore up. But I settled that crosshairs and pulled the trigger. And right there he is. Big old 11-pointer. All public land deer this year. This is a big piece of national forest. It's about 18-inch wide. 11-pointer. Holy crap. What a season. I'm done. It's the first week of rifle. I'm done. I ain't got no more tags other than doe tags. So I guess I'm bow hunting does for the rest of the year. I can shoot a doe Saturday, then Friday or Saturday next week. But unless I go film somebody, I'm done. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad nobody was here this morning. Look at my deer. He's got 11. Look at that. He's gonna roll straight up down right here. And there's a ladder stand right there. And whoever it is, I feel sorry for him. Because this buck right here come right around through her pushing them does. Well, it's so bittersweet, man. I've killed 3 really good bucks this year. Last year was terrible. And then this year, I'm just, you know. I mean, you know, it's just so bittersweet right now. It's supposed to be windy as crap. I should be able to drag him out because it's all downhill from here. He's got nice mass on him. Just a super nice buck. Look at that side right there. I was coming up this ridge right here, and I got right to where it turns up. And I was looking up here like, God, that turns straight up. And I got up to where it flattens out like that. And when I did, I could see a deer standing there. I threw the gun up, and all I seen was antlers. I was like, oh crap. And I was like, yeah, I can't get a clear shot right here. Well, there's a doe standing wide open. Well, I walked down there to where I could get a shot at that doe. Or where, you know, I got up against a tree where I could get a shot. And he was still covered up in brush. And then he turned and walked straight back to that doe. And when he did, he come right out the wide open. And he stopped right as he entered that opening, he stopped. And I pulled the trigger and he just ate dirt. I mean, that's 300 Ultramatic for you. He just ate dirt. There wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He just ate dirt. Public land hunting, baby. Virginia public land. All 3 deer. All 3 bucks. Virginia public land. I hate I didn't get it on camera. And I hate that my season's over unless I buy a West Virginia license, but I can't complain, not one bit. Now, here comes the fun part, where I gotta figure out how the frick to get this thing back down and roll it down this hill. You can see it flattens out down there. I gotta figure out how to get him down there. And I don't know how that's gonna happen. Turn and let him go. Might have to try to drag him, to be honest with you. I'm all tangled up here too. Oh God. He's running me over. Oh crap. Making a path. Holy crap. Oh, there's a beautiful home spot for pictures. I did talk out of that one. I'm on the downhill now. Gosh, this is killing me. But I'm going downhill. It's all that matters. See the truck. I'm here. I made it. right here.
God almighty. That 300 Ultra Mag puts it on, don't it?
I knew you done something you wouldn't want to about.
Because he sunk. I mean, he just went. It's done deal.
Oh, man. God. You freaking killer. Holy cow. Oh, gosh almighty. Look at that. Did you get it up in the mountain?
Yeah.
God, no.
Right where it turns up, it goes like this. It's like fields, and then it looks like that right there, but a little thicker. And then it goes like that straight up. And right as I got to where it turned straight up, I looked and I was like, gosh, I don't want to walk up through that. And I was like, but I guess I got to. And I didn't took all the thought of killing a deer out of my head, and I started walking up that hill. By the time I see a deer out of the corner of my eye, I go like that, and I look up, and I throw the gun up, and I look, and I seen the main beam. And I was like, well, I know there's nice deer in here. I was like, let me make sure it's a good one. And I looked, and I could see, like, you know, it was a big deer, and I was like, okay. I was like, that's a big one. I was like, but he's standing in the middle of just a thick bank, and I was like, gosh. Well, there's one big opening right there to the side of him. I mean, about like this wide, and there was a doe standing right in the middle of it. And he just turns back towards me, and then circles down, comes out right in that friggin' opening. And I leaned over against the tree, and I went, and he just, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was all straight. Then there was another one. Then like 6, 7 deer come up over the hill, and one of them was an 8-pointer, but he wasn't about that wide. I mean, he just like a basket rack, but he had good tines and everything that was with him. But I was like, well, I'm done, I guess.
Golly. 2, 3, 4, 5,
You got
6,
11.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I knew it. I said, hey, he's killed something. I just tossed myself.